So as you can see, today we will speak about Matplotlib and Pandas libraries. We use Python. So inside Python, we can use two libraries to analyze our data. But first of all, we have to understand where is this data come from. And also, we have to understand what kind of problem we analyze, so that our analysis, it will be meaningful. Okay, so I put the link here for the data. So what we are going to analyze, so we are going to analyze one protocol. For example, in Omnet++, there is Aloha protocol, which is a simple protocol for wireless communication. Does not have a lot of functionality. Inside this protocol, there is 6 or 7 scenarios to communicate in different time. For example, this one has a exponential time is different from the other. In order to see the collision between the devices, because there is many problems when the nodes communicate with each other using wireless. One of them is a heading problem. The other one is that the third party, or the problem of wireless communication. So if two devices send at the same time, it will be a collision in the destination or the server. So we will see, for example, this scenario, and we can recognize that this is from online Omnet++ example for Aloha. So as you can see, did you see? Or I shared the screen? No, you didn't see. Okay, so as you can see from the picture here, we can have this example, in this problem. For example, I want to analyze this protocol, how this protocol behaves. Okay, so from here, I can have many scenarios for this protocol. One of them I will select it here, click OK, then I can see I have a server and 20 devices. Okay, as you can see here, this is the network. And the devices. So 20 devices here, and the server. So each of them will start randomly sending to the server. Then the server will receive this packets or message. Some of them they will send at the same time. Then it might be a collision. Okay, I don't know what's wrong here, but let me just run it from here. It's better. Maybe the internet is very slow. So I modify this protocol in order to generate some results that we can analyze it. You can see that the scenario number 1, it has an exponential time arrival, inter-arrival time for all hosts. In this scenario is 0.5 second. The other scenario is 2 seconds. So inter-arrival time, it means that when the devices will send to the server, when they are going to send their packets. Okay, so according to that, the collision will be increased in the server side or the destination. So from here, I would like to see, for example, I select this one, then I can have this scenario. Then when I run, if you want to run step by step, you can run it step by step, but let's run it like this. As you can see, this device is sending, the other device is sending also. So in this case, we will have what? We will have a collision, as you can see here in the server, receiving in the same time two message or two packets. Then we have a collision in the server side. So this is basically the protocol. It's wireless communication, and they improve this protocol. They add many things to this protocol to improve it, and one of them is like the MAC layer, the one protocol, CSMA, which stands for listen before talk. So in order to avoid the collisions. So as you can see, this is the scenario, and I have this data. So my target now, after I understand the problem, I want to analyze this problem using the Python. After I generate the CSV file, which I can generate it after the running scenario is finished, I can speed up the process. So I can see there is many collisions happen here. So I speed up the scenarios here. Let's make it faster. Yes, it's 20 seconds past, then the simulation will finish. Then I can start to collect the result. Because I specify the time, here is 20 seconds for the scenario to finish for all scenarios, okay? So after that, I can come to the result here. I can see I have many results for many scenarios. If I click to this one, I can have vector result and scalar results for generated by Prominent. Then when I click to browse data, I can filter the results. This result, I just modify the protocol to get this result. For example, the average throughput, and also in terms of bit and the packets. And also we have total packets and throughput also. Okay, so I can compare this result among all the devices in the network. I can click here and extract the data to CSV file. Then I go to the collab. Then I import this file here. Okay. I don't have this file now. And now I will run first line. Okay. So first line is run. Now I have to run the second one to upload the file. I think aloha is CSV file. This one. So this is from the result of the result from the scenario that I generate. Then from here, I will start to import libraries, essential libraries that we are going to study today. When I run like this, I will include pandas, numpy, and matplotlib library. Then from here, I will create one object from or data frame that has the data from this file. And also I can read the head of this data frame using this function head. Okay, so as you can see, I have the result like this from 5 elements from the data frame. Then I can see that I have a column run and type, model, name, attributes, and value. So what I'm caring here is about the value and the model or model name. This is the name of the scenario. It's one scenario that I am analyzing. And the other results, it's statistics from the data. Okay. So how can I analyze it? I can analyze it with many functions. One of them in data frame, ilog, which I can specify which line you want to analyze to see. If I run this one, I can analyze it from, I can select some columns or rows. For example, from line 15 to 22, I can like just until 17, I can select, for example, then run. So it can extract the data that I want, for example, from this data frame. Then again, if I want to write to see the hits by default, it will give me 5 elements from the beginning. I can specify, for example, 3 elements only. So 1, 2, 3 rows from the data frame. So that I can see which data I want to analyze. Okay. Then there is also a head also inside I can use the column name and write also the function head. So I can see, give me the 5 rows from this head according to this column. Okay, so when I click here, I can see here, I can specify also 3. Maybe I can specify 30. I can see like this one or 22. See, I can see the head of the models. I can also write, I just copy, for example, this one. Let me make the interface English. Okay. Still I have the dataset. Yes, I have it. Okay. So as I mentioned that we can also use another we can use also another column, for example, the name, by adding here add code. Then I can use name here. Name give me like 22 rows from this column. And I can see here the names. So from the beginning till 22, I have none names like this. Okay. You can try it by yourself. Okay. So you have the code of this one. I think I put it in the slides in the classroom. And also in the run, if I just click like this one, I will also have the names of the column run. This one, this column, for 5 elements. So it is the same scenario, number 1, 0, something like this. So it's repeated. If I want to select as array of some columns, I can use it like this one. I can put the data frame and put the array like this form and put it in one variable in Python. Then from here, I can take the head of these 3 columns, okay, from this data frame. If I want to see the description of the model column in this data frame, I write one function which is describe. It will give me the description of this column, okay, how many they are, and which device, top device or something, and how more frequently repeated. I can also use it also for name, I think. I click here, it will give me also different result according to what? To the column name. Yeah, as you can see here, we have many columns. Okay, then I can also see the names of the models that I have in this scenario, which I can have 21 model, 20 is devices, hosts. And also the server device. So they are 21. From here, I can use many functions to see the results and analyze it. Also, I can see the data type using this function, data type. What kind of data type of this data frame. And also, I can also generate the important one, which is, I want to see this device number 13. Okay. How much data or total packets is sending? If I can see it here. Let me just show you here. For example, if I select, I filter the model here. For example, number 0, then I can select the result here. Total. This is in Omnet. So I can see the result here. The result is here for this device, total packets. If I want to see it here in Python, Python, if I copy this one, right, it's here. Okay, I just copy it here. Then if I run, I can see the value is 8. So for this device, number 0, I have 8 packets, the total packets. I filter the data. Also, another device, which is 13. I can see the total packet here. I can select it from here. Then total packets, and I can see the result is 21. So I can see the value is 21 here. The same way. But here I have many functions to handle this data frame and extract the result that I want. So if you have worked for this data frame, you will recognize that I can have many things. I can mix many things as much as I want. But here only I have this filter conditions for the data frame or data set here. But there I can also generate another column and mix it with another thing. So to see the result, how does it work? Okay. Then I run this commands to see the results from this data frame. In the end, I can also delete a column that I generated, and I can have a result like this as a statistics from this scenario to see how can I analyze it, and in terms of many things. Okay, for example, duration, total packets, bits, okay, channel utilizations, something like this, according to what I specify here. Okay, this is how can you analyze the, any problem or protocol or algorithms using the Python libraries. We implemented here in Colab because it gives me all the necessary libraries. I don't need to install anything here. So from here, we are going to see the other examples in the slides. Okay. Also, if you want to learn here about this scenario, how can we analyze it? I put the link here, results analysis with Python. So according, you have to, if you want to install the IDE to run the Python, you can install it, but using the Colab, it saves your time, okay? So also to extract the data, I don't need, it just provide for you the dataset and the Colab, so you can start read and just implement and analyze this data. Okay, this is the commands that we used and the description for that, and also the results that's showing here. We can see we can recognize many functions here, describe, and also data type, and also many functions here. If you, I think that time, yes, if I just like create new code and just write aloha dot, if I write like this, it will give me all the functions that I want to learn or to filter the data frame. From here, I can select which function, okay? And you come here to this tutorial to see how they are filtering the data frame. This is when we delete the column, and also we am trying to generate from this data frame another useful information results, so we can plot it scalar. Okay, so now we filter the rows according to this line. Then from here we can try to plot this results. Okay, using the IMean function, and also there is another description and specify the columns, the index, and also the kind of the result that we need to analyze it. Here they are analyzing the server, I think, the server side, and they are trying to see how many devices the colony the channel utilization. So which devices, how many they are in this time. And also there is another library that can allow me to interact in real time about the results, select the columns, and specify the results and see what kind of result you want to see from here. Okay, and this server side, we have a lot of results which we can select, and also we can see the results here. Okay, you can check by yourself this library. It has a lot of flexible attributes and functions to give you the results. Okay, so you can analyze this protocol. Let's come to our slide and see data frame. As we said, store the data in cells. Also, we have a lot of or many rows in this data frame. This is how we can import the data sets from Google Lab. After that, we import the libraries that we use in this scenario, for example, or this problem. Okay, then for example, if I have like this data set, I can also make my data frame as array. This I have two columns like X and Y, so I can put the rows like this one. Then I put it in this array. Then from this array, I can name the columns and I build the data frame from the columns and the rows. Okay. Then I start to print this data frame. Okay, if I want to generate it like this, I can do. Or if I want to import it, I can import it. Okay. Also, I can add another column, new column. So I can take the previous column and add values to this values of this column and put it in the new one. And I print the new one or print the data frame, I can get the result. Okay. As I mentioned, we can use the head function for this data frame and ilog, and also I can specify number of rows and columns in this data frame. Okay. For example, if I want to view the data after I import it, okay, then I can use the head function for 10 from 0 to 9. So it's 10 rows for this data frame. Then from this data frame, I can also use another function, which is tail, to see the last elements, the last 5 elements or last 5 rows in this data frame. Okay, and also I can use the function information that I can see the information of this data frame. Also here you can use it if you want to see. So this is the function. So we have to use the brackets and run. It will give me the description or the information about the data frame, how many entries and row and columns, something like this, data type and the column names. Okay, it's like summary for this data set of data frame. Okay, so this is how we can see the results. And if I want to clean this data frame, if I have some problems, as we saw before, I have some rows like none values. When I start to see the result from the beginning, for example, I can see here there is none. I want to eliminate this kind of results and only extract the information that is coming to my data frame. and make it meaningful. So there is many things we should do, like for the empty cells data, wrong data and duplicates data. For example, as you can see from this data frame, I have a column which is date. It's formulated as a date format, and we have 1 and 2. For example, this line, I have none, and also in this line, I don't have any format as a date format. How can I do? What should I? How can I solve this problem in this data frame? So this library will allow me to handle this data using one function, which is dropna, or we have many functions. Dropna for this data frame, and we can see that dropna, it will delete the empty space, or if I have none values, it will delete this line, and I will print it for the new data frame. Okay, if I want to modify this, I want to modify this one for inside the data frame, I should use the in-place parameter inside this function to make it true, and it will be like change the data frame immediately. When I print it, I will see there is nothing about the empty rows. Okay. Then again, replace the empty values. I will use also another function, which is finna. If I want to replace the value that is null, okay, you just fill it with 130 according to my data frame, and I can see the results. If I want to, if I want to replace the value, okay, here inside the column, I can specify this value. Okay, which column? So it should be in this column, replace this value, okay? There is also many functions we can use, like instead of give 130 value is like my guess. So no, I want to take the average of this column, then replace this value inside this data frame. So I can use it like this one. After I generate the main or the median or the mode, I can put it inside the finna function parameter and make it true. So it can change the data frame according to what I select more function. So as you can see here, I can use either this way or that way to generate or to modify this non-value or empty value. Okay, if I want to formulate the data frame according to this example, I have one role which has non-format date. I can use the toDate frame, toDate time to generate the date, and after that try to see the data frame. Okay, when I want to see the modification, I can use this date and subset inside the dropna and make it true. So remove the rows with the none value in the date column. So also I can go to the duration column and go inside the loop and also delete the rows which they are higher than 120. So you can use it like this one. If the X, which is the number of rows, then this column is fixed. then it's greater than 100, use the drop function to drop this rows. Okay. Again, we can also fix the data inside this data frame. For example, this one is 450, which the other is 60 and 30, and I have this value is bigger. So how can I fix this one? I can use the lock function and specify number of row and column name, and then put the value here, for example. Okay. Okay, so if I want to remove the duplicate data, for example, I have in data frame 2 rows, they are the same. I don't like to repeat the information because my results and analysis will be not accurate. So I can use the duplicate function to delete the repeated data. Okay. Okay, here we can see the drop duplicate in place. It means make it true inside this data frame. Until now, we finished a lecture. Do you have any questions? Did you understand? Did you make the attendance? Yes, we have also matplotlib library. How can we draw the data when we specify them? Also, you can also see here in the W3 school Python examples about Python. I think you studied this before in the computer programming too. So you see how can you draw this information? How can you upload it? From here, we import the library and create as X and Y array and put it in the plot function. It will plot it. Okay, and if I want to specify some properties for this plot, I don't like lines, I like dot or this circle. I can put the categories like this one. And also, if I want to plot many points, I can specify it in the array like this for the X and for the Y, and plot it. It will plot for me. When I change the number, it will change also. For example, this is X, this is Y. Okay, so this is Y, this is X. Again, if I don't have X, okay, I only have Y, it is give me by default the X and throw the Y. Okay, if I want to change the maker and change the color, I can specify here in the plot function the parameters maker O, and also I can see I can have many references for this maker. How can I use it? How can I change it? Okay, so I can change the color like this one. I can use the color is red using the FMT, and also I can change the size using the MS parameter like this. Okay, you can use it. Here you have the examples. You want to see the code and try to print it. This is the makers. You can see here. You can change anything you like. You just click here. For example, this plus. You can see this plus here. Okay, and continue with that. I can change the color as we said. Okay, and I can make it bigger. So I can make the size bigger and change the color using these two parameters in this function. I can make the line is not full, it's like dots line. So I can change it like this using this line style. And we have many parameters to change it like this. If I specify solid and dots and attach, so I can plot it like this one. Also, I can change the line color. I can make the line with is bigger when I specify here. So also I think he's here. So you can come to the line part and see how you can change many things here. And you can try it by yourself. For example, this dash, it will give you like this one. Okay, and I can put also two lines for 2y. For example, I have 2y, but I don't have x. It will give me by default x. Then that y will be true in the same plot or the same figure. When I specify plot y and plot y1 and 2 and show them, it will show both of them in one figure. Okay. Okay, if I have x and y, I can plot it for many lines, and as I put it here. Okay, as my data or data frame or the arrays that I put it here, I can specify the data in the plot function. Also, you can plot two figures or two results in one figure. Okay, you can plot it like this one using the subplot function and plot. It will plot both of them in one figure. You can also plot many figures, 6 plots in one figure. I think the examples you can see here about the plots. See, they have here 2 plots in one figure. I can have also 2 like this one. I can have many. This is the examples, okay? I want to use the scatter scatter in Omnet++, scatter here in Matplotlib. So using like this function instead of plot, it will give me the data like this. Okay, and it's up to you. If what are you analyzing, you can use whatever you like, plot or scatter function. Okay, and if you want to use the bar, which in Omnet++ we use the histogram function to plot the results. Here also you can use the bar function. I think is here, and show the results. You can change the color. You can make the size bigger, and or if you want to use also another charts to see the results, you can see the tutorials like this one. I explained the scenario here, how we can extract the data from Net++, and also how we can analyze this data frame from this problem. We generate this CSV file and try to analyze it and we can generate many information. For example, in this scenario, we can see that this node has access to the channel and send a lot of data, which I can analyze it and focus why this node is accessing to the server or send the server. The other nodes, they didn't have access to the server because of the collisions. Also, if I use that matplotlib to generate the average throughput packet per second for all the nodes, I can get the result like this one. Okay, and also the throughput for the devices, I can generate it also. Total bits, total packets also. This is how can you access using the command line to the scenario and generate the results. Okay.